And staying with secret plots and spies, our next story takes us to a Gothic castle, one that not many have heard about or seen. From the outside, the castle looks like a perfect retreat for a Hollywood celebrity looking to escape the glare of the paparazzi. It looks like an abode of a billionaire who is taking time out in the countryside to find his next big idea. But the walls of this castle are witness to something more sinister. This is the Seacock's Heath. It is a Kremlin outpost in the UK, a secret place for Putin's spies. The castle is located on the Kent-Sussex borders. It is owned by Russia. Earlier this week, this castle was stripped of its diplomatic status. So what really happened? Let's start off with the history first. This castle was built in the year 1871. It was for a former Chancellor of the Exchequer, the first Viscount Goshen. The castle had a three-story galleried central hall. Its roof had intricate designs. There were Gothic arches. In 1946, the second Viscount, George, gifted his family home to the Soviet Union. It was a thank you gift for supporting Britain against the Nazis. The castle became a home for families of Russian trade delegation. During the Cold War, Soviet officials used this castle as a country home. Did they change the interiors? One report published in 1952 said that the walls now had portraits of the Soviet leader Joseph Stalin. Years passed, but the ownership of the castle did not. The castle eventually became the country retreat of the Russian ambassador to the UK. In the year 2022, Russia invaded Ukraine. Villagers began staging protests outside the Russian castle. They sprayed pro-Ukrainian graffiti at its entrance, and soon Ukrainian flags were planted outside the castle. One thing led to another. Reports began emerging of drones being flown out of the castle. Locals said the drones would fly over their homes, the residential streets, and then return to the Russian castle. Were the occupants trying to send a message? Was it a warning or a threat? Also, who has been staying in this Gothic castle since the start of the war? Putin's spies and Russian secret service agents, say the villagers. Many find it strange that there is a Russian building in the heart of their village. To emphasize on the strangeness, some villagers point at multiple CCTV cameras installed in the castle. They talk about the expensive cars coming in and going out of the gate. Reports in British media speak of stranger things. They say the castle could have been used by Russian intelligence agencies to meet and recruit spies in the UK. In fact, reports also say the British intelligence agencies have been monitoring this castle for years. Earlier this week, British Home Secretary James Cleverly announced that Russia had been using this Victorian-era castle for intelligence purposes. And this is why the UK was stripping the castle of its special status. The villagers, we are being told, are now celebrating. What about the castle's occupants? To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.